Well, the biggest story out of the NFL on Sunday was the play of Bo Nix. Went 8 of 9 for 80 yards and a score in 2 drives. Played very efficient football. And again, he looked comfortable, poised. And so right now, he looks like he's going to be the Week 1 starter for the Denver Broncos. Time now to bring in CBS Sports football analyst and 2-time Super Bowl champ Bryant McFadden. And B-Mac, Bo Nix starting for the first time in the preseason. And as I mentioned, he played clean, efficient football with a couple of nice plays on the run. If you're Sean Payton, how seriously are you considering him to be your Week 1 starter?
Chris, I'm not considering anything. I'm making it known. I'm making it known. I'm putting it in the depth chart with a permanent marker. For right now, Bo Nix, he's our guy. He's been the most efficient quarterback throughout preseason. When you look at the quarterback competition going on there in Denver between Bo Nix and Jarrett Stidham, he's had more opportunities, but he's cashed in on those said opportunities. And when you look at Bo Nix being a rookie, he doesn't look like a rookie when he is in the lineup. We saw a glimpse of what he could do a week ago against the Indianapolis Colts. He didn't start, but he came in and played real good football, veteran-like football. And then with him getting his first start in the preseason, he picked up right where he left off at against the Indianapolis Colts. You talked about his numbers. 88% throwing the football, 80 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 drives, scored 10 points. Get this, Chris. In preseason play, Bo Nix, he's been a part of 7 drives, and he scored 30 points in those drives. That's winning football. You look at the 5 series last week, scored 20 points, and then the 2 series in today's matchup against the Green Bay Packers scored another 10 points. That's winning football. So it's safe to say the big question for the Denver Broncos, one of the major concerns for them, was who will be QB1 for Week 1 of the NFL season. I think it's safe to say you don't need another week to determine who should be the guy. Bo Nix has answered that question. Okay,
so he's going to be the guy according to you, and it'll be interesting to see how his preseason action translates to the regular season. Now, meanwhile, the Saints-49ers game, Brock Purdy, he didn't look great, man. And I know he didn't have his playmaking weapons out there, just completed 2 of his 6 passes. What did you make of his performance?
I'm not taking too much into his performance. I mean, Brock Purdy has the leverage to not look like a Hall of Fame quarterback in the preseason, right? We know what Brock Purdy can do in the regular season. When you look at what he didn't do today, I don't think you need to ring the alarms. Number one, the entire starting cast of offensive guys were not in the lineup. Number 2, we saw a very generic offense being called by Kyle Shanahan. So when you factor all that to the equation, what we saw today against the New Orleans Saints won't be the same thing that we will watch Week 1 when it's for real, when it's meaningful football. So I know a lot of people are starting to ring the alarms and hit the panic button and say, oh, Brock Purdy, he's finally showing us that he's not that guy. I mean, come on, let's keep it real.
That's just
yeah, I don't know why Brock Purdy has so many haters. I don't know what Brock Purdy did to have so many haters. When you talk about being a late round guy, barely getting drafted, to coming into a position to become a starter and earning that job. It wasn't like they gave it to him, Chris. He actually had to fight for it and claw for it. And then when he became the guy, all he's done has been win ball games and get to the Super Bowl. And people still find ways to criticize Brock Purdy. So to answer your question, I don't take anything into what I saw today. I know who Brock Purdy is as a starting quarterback in the National Football League, and I know what he will do.
I'm with you on that 100%. I expect that 49ers offense to be a well-oiled machine once they come out for Week 1 in the regular season. So, yeah, no worries there. But Raiders head coach, B-Mac, named Gardner Minshew the starting QB for Las Vegas. So how does that shape your view of the Raiders for this season?
I think it's going to be an up and down year. Number one, Chris, I'm not surprised to see Gardner win this job because he's very experienced. He has more experience than Aiden O'Connell, and he looked better than Aiden O'Connell in 2 preseason games, along with what he did during the practice opportunities as well. My biggest concern and question for the Raiders is, will Gardner Minshew hold on to this starting job? right? Will he hold on to this starting job? Because when you look at what the Raiders have going on, it's not necessarily a rebuild, but they're not on personnel. When you look at the personnel on paper, you don't know if they will be very, very competitive for the long haul throughout the entire NFL season in 2024. So I'm not surprised to see Gardner earn this job and win this job. My concern is who will be the starting quarterback by the month of November? Because what happens if the train is kind of off the tracks a little bit, offensively not really getting things done? You know, will there be a quarterback change? Potentially. And I can tell you this much, if they're not winning ball games, no question there will be a quarterback change. So just seeing and hearing the news about Gardner Minshew becoming the starting quarterback, I'm not surprised, but I'm more concerned about who will be the starting quarterback in the month of November or December, because that will be a telling sign in regards to where this team is going when you look at the quarterback position moving forward.
And whoever the QB is, they better get that ball to the 17, Devontae Adams,
Facts.
because he's one of the best
Facts.
receivers in the league. Now, when it comes to your biggest winner from the preseason week 2, who is it for you?
You know who it is. My biggest winner is your biggest winner also. Bo Nix. Bo Nix. When you look at the rookie quarterbacks that we've highlighted throughout preseason play and 2 weeks of play, Caleb Williams, you know, Jaden Daniels, two guys that are not in the midst of a quarterback competition, right? And then Michael Penix, of course, he's not in the midst of a quarterback competition. The other guy was J.J. McCarthy, but he's injured. He's out for the year. So the last notable rookie quarterback that was in a legit quarterback competition is Bo Nix, and he answered that question today against the Green Bay Packers. He came in today's matchup with a lot of leverage in becoming QB1 for the Broncos, but he did not disappoint. He looked super cool and calm in the pocket. He made plays. He looked like he's been here before. And it's safe to say, when you look at all the college football he's been a part of, he's he has enough experience when it comes to making this jump into the National Football League, and he looked the part. So me personally, the biggest winner is Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, because some people felt like they rolled the dice in drafting him in the first round, Sean Payton, but it seemed like Sean Payton knew something that we didn't know, and clearly Bo Nix has proven Sean Payton right in making him a first-round selection, and of course, potentially being named the QB1 for the Denver Broncos. And I'll probably say in a few hours we should get that legit announcement to all of us that Bo Nix is the guy moving forward.
Bo Nix definitely wants that announcement sooner than later, and he's a competitor, so we'll see how long the battle is going to last. Okay, so that was your winner, B-Mac. What about your biggest loser for the preseason?
Giants fans, I don't want to do this to you, but it's Daniel Jones. It's Daniel Jones. Now, Daniel Jones, first preseason action, first time on the football field since having a season-ending injury last year. Didn't do well. This right here is a no-no. I mean, if you're an experienced NFL quarterback, you cannot do that. You cannot throw the ball in that spot. And then here again, he's covered. Either you throw the football away, but don't throw it to the DB. Daniel Jones made two costly mistakes, two rookie-like mistakes from the quarterback position. And that's something you do not want to see, because if you're a fan of the New York Giants, you wanted to see Daniel Jones give you a reason to be excited about this upcoming season. But he didn't. He disappointed you, and now he kind of settled down a little bit and started to play better football. But those two costly mistakes is something that fans will remember until week 1. They will think about, because the first thing you saw, the first thing you said, Chris, when he threw those interceptions was, here we go again.
Right.
Oh, we thought we was going to see something different. The old Daniel surfaced once again. It's like when you watch him, you got to, oh, no, what are we doing? We've seen that too many times associated with Daniel Jones. And I understand it's the preseason. It's meaningless football. But for a guy like Daniel Jones, you need all the momentum you can get to carry you into the regular season, because it's safe to say you're in a prove-me-like year with this organization. If you don't play up to the level they need you to play at, you might not be a part of this team moving forward after 2024. So because of that, Chris, Daniel Jones, unfortunately, was my biggest loser during week 2 of the preseason.
I'm with you. The pressure has never been more intense for Daniel Jones. He has to get it done this year, or it's going to be scary for him, and not in a good way. B-Mac, we appreciate the time as always.